Tony, week 2, what's different than week 1?
You know what? I think every practice, guys are getting better out there, whether it's up front, the running backs, the quarterback position, the wide receivers. Everybody gets better with practice. And we're getting into camp now a little bit deeper. And, it's good to see guys, they make mistakes, but then learn from their mistakes.
How do you feel like the offense as a whole is progressing?
I feel good about the offense right now. Everybody's picking up on it. A lot of guys that have been here in the spring. We're getting some guys acclimated that are either young guys or transfers and getting them going on it. But I feel good where we're at right now.
I talked to Ryan yesterday at Hightower. He was talking about how you all have raised that standard for him and you're really on him. So what have those conversations been like just to get him to I guess, maximize his potential?
Well, there's a certain standard for everybody, not just for Brian. So we've got a standard for the wideouts, for the quarterbacks, the O-line, everybody on how we're going to do things, and that standard has to be met. And so everybody has to play up to that standard right there, and Brian's having a good camp right now.
How would you summarize the scrimmage on Monday, Tony?
The scrimmage, I thought the scrimmage was good. We had a lot of good plays. We had some bad plays. We always talk about really eliminating the really bad plays, the one that cost you football games. And so those are the plays that we got to keep working to cut down, whether it's a turnover by a back or drops by receivers or bad decisions by the quarterback with the football. So we just got to keep eliminating those.
You and Brett spoke a lot last week about Brandon kind of opening up and doing those leadership things. Have you seen more growth in that in this second week?
Yeah, I think BP is making an effort to step up in a leadership role every day, and I see a little bit of that every day, and he's doing a good job with it, and I'm happy where he's going.
You see more of Mike Epstein and getting a chance to hit him in live reps. What are your impressions of what he brings to that running back room?
You know what? I think he brings a lot to the running back room because you have depth. I've been on teams before where you think, God, how are we going to get 4 running backs to football? And next thing you know, in a blink of eye, you got 1 or 2 running backs. So it's awesome to have some depth at running back, and Mike brings a lot of it.
I feel like game manager sometimes gets a bad rap. What does that mean to you for a quarterback?
Game manager?
Yeah.
Well, we talk a lot about not losing football games, okay? You got to go out and make the right decisions at a quarterback. You've got the ball in your hand every time. So you've got to make the proper decisions with the ball, whether it's a handoff, a check, whatever you're doing, making the reads, throwing the football, not throwing the football, throwing it away. So the quarterbacks have a lot of stuff they've got to do, and to manage the game means whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, we can't have plays out there because of quarterback decisions that are costing us games.
You've only had Art for a week and a couple of days, but just how does he kind of fit into that quarterback group?
You know what? You can tell Art's been around a lot of college football. You can tell he's played college football games in the Big Ten. He gets it. He's still kind of picking up on some things in our offense, but he's worked real hard in the off season, and he's progressing just like the rest of the quarterbacks.
What's maybe the most important thing for a quarterback coming into a new situation and just maybe getting comfortable and ready?
You got to get in there and get some reps and get some experience in it, and making sure you're making the right decisions, not putting the ball in harm's way.
You also brought in Ryan Johnson. What can you tell us about him so far that you've seen?
Ryan's a guy that came to us, and we were fortunate enough to get. He had some depth in our room. If you watch him throw out there, he throws a nice ball. He's got good size. He's a smart kid. He makes good decisions, and he's been here even less than Art and has picked up on the offense. So very happy with where Ryan's at right now.
A guy like Julian Pearl kind of got thrown in the fire a little bit as an injury replacement in the starting offensive line last year. How important maybe just even a few games like that for a young guy that's progressing in that position?
I'll tell you what, I think at the quarterback position and the O-line, I think snaps are everything. And for Julian to get some snaps like he did is awesome. He's out there getting better every day, just like the rest of the offensive line. And the more scrimmage, 11-on-11 snaps they can get, the better they're getting every day.
There's some talk about him, and having some positional versatility. What is it about what he does that would allow him to play a couple different spots?
Well, he's long and athletic, and he can bend really well. So he's long enough and athletic enough to play tackle, but he's big enough, if he had to, he could play down inside. So he's got size, length, flexibility. He's just a unique individual as far as an offensive lineman with his God-given ability.